Okay, so let me call Nate. Nate's one of my final buyers that I want to call about this deal. Tell him the situation. I got my boy Nate Worthen calling. Let's give him a shout. Nate, what up, brother?
You doing, man?
Oh, dude, I'm just grinding away. What are you up to?
Dude, trying to make some money. I hate this market.
Dude, it's rough. I mean, the only way you're gonna make money is if you can find a steal of a deal, you know?
Yeah, someone has to basically hand you the keys.
Well, I mean, that might be the situation with this one that we have in Ogden. I mean, I've talked to so many people and everyone's just like, we're not paying. Basically, they're not giving her what she wants, and I'm just having to call her and just be like, hey, look, it looks like you ain't getting pretty much anything for this thing unless you can either let it go to pre-foreclosure or no one's gonna get you what you want. So I was just calling you to see, to kind of circle back. I let Utah house buyers have a hack at it. You know, they brought someone in that was willing to do terms, but then they wanted all the money that they gave down for her to pay off, you know, the solar, for her to catch up what it was behind, and she was going to walk away with nothing anyway, so it didn't even make sense. So I kind of wanted to see if you're still interested in that, and maybe see if we can structure it where it makes sense for you and her. But yeah, that's what I was calling.
Cool. I've got your text open with the numbers you sent.
Yeah, so 181 is what she's in it for, where she's behind. It covers what she's behind, the grant and the solar. 181. If you were to take over the payments, it would be like you'd have to catch it up. So that's 12, and then make the payments. And then she would want something up front, which, you know, probably is not going to happen. Not that much down, at least. It almost seems to me like if you can just get it for like 195, 200,000, 205, something, and make sure the numbers make sense, that might be her best option. Just like cash.
Yeah, I agree with that.
So I was talking to some other guy, and he said that he put a rehab budget of $76K for the flip. Do you remember what rehab you had it at?
Oh man, yeah, it depends. I mean, it's positive for meth for sure.
100%.
I got $5,000 in meth remediation. Then my goal was to replace the windows that are broken, do carpet and paint, and try to get out of it, and just
a light
resell the finance. Yeah. So that puts me at $42,000 for paint, carpet, and the windows plus the meth. But it could easily balloon out of that.
So you got 42. What would you try to sell it for? You would wrap it, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So what would you sell it for on a wrap?
300, I think, is reasonable.
And how much would you want down?
I would try to sell it and get someone to bring 10% down.
Okay. So 30K. That wouldn't even get all your money out, though, would it?
No.
But are you okay with that?
I mean, it's not ideal, but it's fine.
Okay. So if you sold to someone on a wrap, you wouldn't have to pay commissions, right?
I probably would, because I'd probably find the buyer through the MLS.
So what do you put on commissions for when you do that? Like
That's probably 3%. So they bring 30, 3% goes out to the agent. So that's $9,000. Whether you get paid up front or on the back end, we got to factor that in. And whatever's left over is a partial recoup of my initial investment.
And then you have what do you have for closing costs? Do you do
1%?
Okay.
It's probably going to be less than that because I'm going to pay the closing costs now. So if I use like GT Title, then they're going to cut me a break on the closing costs when I get out of it.
Okay. So what balloon would you do with someone if you sold it to them on a wrap?
Probably, I'd love to do a 1 year, but probably 3 is what people would actually take.
A 3. And that's where she could potentially get paid out in 3 years?
Yeah, it depends. Like, do we give her all her equity now, or does she get equity on the back end? I would really, really prefer to give her equity on the back end.
Right. Yeah, it's just a tough one to negotiate with her, right? Because you go from someone thinking they're getting 50K to it's like, this thing might just be underwater here.
Yeah, it could be.
So, and their mortgage payment is $889.
That's great. That's the only thing that makes this deal work, right?
Right. So what would the purchase price be where that would make sense for you? Because I'm looking at the numbers. So if you bought it for me at 200, we looked at these numbers. I might be doing it wrong, but it says $35,000 profit potentially. That's over time, and you'd cash flow as well.
Yeah, and that's what I'm living for, is the positive cash flow every month.
So the 42 did you include her catching it up?
No.
Okay, so that's not even including catching.
Just straight rehab.
Okay, so we'd have to throw that in there as well, right?
Yeah, in terms of cash up front, right?
Yeah, it's not very juicy once you catch it. And then the solar, you'd also have to pay that off too, right? Unless you maybe it's assumable, so maybe the person you wrap it to could assume it. I don't know if that makes sense though.
What I want to try to do is keep it in the seller's name, but we'll make the payments. And then when I wrap it, the new buyer will still make the payments. So we're all making payments against the solar. No one's paying it off. That's what I'd like to do. If she insists that we pay it off, we can do that. But
well, yeah, there's no insisting to pay it off. Like that's not going to happen because there's not a lot of leverage here. I mean, I think she might come to the point where she's like, I'm about to let this mug go. Let it go. Let it go. Yeah, bro. So I'm crunching the numbers, but what are you thinking if we were able to make this work with catching it up, doing all this? Like, where would you need to be where I can go tell her?
200 I'd be excited about that deal at 200.
Okay. I guess the problem even at 200 is she wouldn't really get anything up front, right?
No, she really wouldn't.
Got it.
I mean, I guess I'm thinking, okay, what does my 13 grand give me? Because, okay, purchase price of 200, I pay 13 grand. Technically, I'm thinking in my head, okay, so now I owe 187 and I'll make payments on the 187, or I can make payments on the original payment. Either way, I guess that needs to be clarified. If I'm paying on 187, we pay the underlying mortgage and the solar out of that, she would actually get some monthly cash flow, right? Because I'd be paying her a little bit above her mortgages.
Right.
Or I just pay the loans direct, and whatever the difference is between her mortgage stuff and what I owe her is basically a 0% loan, and she gets paid off when I sell the house.
Yeah, that's what was my thought. I wasn't thinking you were going to be paying off of the 187, right? I was considering you paying, catching it up, taking over the mortgage payment of 889, and then, hopefully just the solar stays in place and the person you wrap it to can take over it, and then the grant will go away within the 3 years of you having it, wrapped to someone else.
Yeah.
I've come to the point where I'm like, dude, I just want to help this lady because she's about to lose this mug.
How are you going to get paid though?
Dude, sometimes I don't even really care if I get paid.
No.
I know I should get paid, but part of me is like,
you need to get paid on this for so many reasons, so we don't need to get into. But
yeah. I just don't want to get defeated. Like I don't want to be like, oh, dude, I couldn't figure something out, because I know there's something we can figure out. There has to be.
Do you know what the solar payment is?
It's $91.67 for the solar payment, and it's a 30 year though.
That's fine. I don't really care what the balance is.
Dude, to be real, I mean, I think solar, if you don't have the money to pay it, like, you're screwed. Like, that thing is it's a lien on your house. It's you ain't getting away from it.
Yep, you're exactly right. I'm in for 200.
Okay.
But I'd rather not pay her anything. Now, if we got to pay her something, 200, I mean, I could pay her $3,000.
I'm sure she'll love that, brother.
I mean, it's something, right?
Yeah, she's hoping for 50. Now I'm like, how's a slick 3K for you?
50, jeez.
Oh my gosh, bro.
Does she understand the concept of, like, if we default, she gets the house back? And
yes, but I don't even think that's a consideration right now. I just think she ain't even thinking that far ahead, right?
Yeah. Okay, so you're laughing at me. So $3,000's not enough. What is? No one's giving.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at the situation of, like, she was at like 50K, and now I'm about to call her and say, "How's 3K?"
All right.
That's what we live for, though, right? That's what we do.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Hold on. Let me look at one thing here.
Okay.
Before I start committing myself to.
Yeah, man. I want you to feel super solid about this.
No, it's not. The trick on this is the free money, right? It's the debt at 2.99%. That's the way.
Yeah. I thought the play would be like a rental, but it doesn't make sense as a rental because there's just way too much money you have to put in to rent something out to make like $600 a month.
Yeah. It's a nice backup if you can't sell it.
Right.
Okay. Let's see. I'm just looking to see what the cheapest MFR in Ogden is. Damn, dude.
What is it?
One on here for $190.
Oh no.
That sucks. I was hoping to be the cheapest house on the market.
Well, that one at 190, what is it, like 500 square feet or what?
Yes, it is. Okay. That's good. Okay, so here's some more for 190 for 1,100 square feet.
Bro, this is funny. Hey man, the market's shifting. It's real.
It's real.
I know, dude. All right, let me look at one more thing. That value is just not there.
I know.
But the money's so cheap.
Yeah, you just want to find a way, right?
Yeah.
Same here. She was telling me that she would probably just maybe even let it go to the bank, and I'm like, don't do that. You don't want your son to have a pre-foreclosure on his record, or not a pre-foreclosure, a foreclosure.
Yeah, don't let it go. If anything, like give it to someone, but don't let it go.
Don't let it go.
I won't let go.
All right, man. Well, you let me know. I kind of have an idea that no matter what, she ain't getting what she wants for it. Like she's not getting a lot down, so or up front.
Okay. Do you have enough to go renegotiate, or you're gonna be waiting for me? Whose court is the ball in? That's my question.
You know what? She's thought it's been in her court the whole time, but I think I'm about to reverse it. I'm about to reverse it on her. I'm just messing. Yeah. I'm acting tough right now. I'm about to get on the phone with her. She's gonna shut me down in a second.
That's true. All right. So let me go back to that question. Am I texting you with the number? What am I texting you?
Yeah. Text me kind of like your final idea of what you need, and then I'm gonna call her and just kind of give her the juice, give her the truth, and be like, I'm the greatest person you could ever talk to that does this, Anita, and I've tried every scenario. These are your best options here.
Okay. I'll text you.
All right. Thanks, man.
See you.
Bye.